Okay, then yes.
I was ready 4 minutes ago when we were supposed to go live.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, we are also waiting for Jeremy, and then I was just like, well, I'm just going to keep doing my thing and wait for Jeremy, and Jeremy can just get here when he gets here. I don't know.
Was that jerking off?
I was on the phone.
Every day. Every day, all I do is jerk off. What?
What you eating over there, Jeremy?
A power bar.
Ah. Now, audience, Jared apparently likes to go turn off his camera and audio every now and then, so it might just be me on stream all day. Hey.
Yeah, so shit happens.
I know.
Yeah.
Really great way to break up some audio. How about you introduce the podcast?
How about
How
you
high are
introduce
you
my
right
ball
now?
stack? Define
CEO
how.
How high are you?
Yeah, define your measuring system.
He's high.
No, I'm not.
He smoked a couple of bowls before he came on here.
You have no proof of that. Anyway, so welcome to What an Oddcast. Today is episode 85. We're going over the aliens bracket, another Oddtober bracket, same thing that we've been doing, but we're just doing it a little bit different. Normally Mondays aren't live, because there's a whole bunch of editing I do on my end, but I decided, fuck it, we do this one live, because why the hell not? So if you end up watching it live, welcome to that, or if you just watch it on the YouTube channel after, I don't fucking know, it'll be everywhere, so I don't know what you're doing with your life. I don't know why you're not doing better things with your time listening to us, but hey, that's your problem. So I just have a thing. I wanted to open up. I was watching football last night. And there was this fucking ad that came out, and because I was talking to everybody and we're all watching football. Anyway, it's a fucking Pepsi commercial that came on, like right before they got back into like the last 2 minutes of the game. And the dude who read the ad for it, I felt kind of bad for him. My disk tray came open. Because I feel like he read it and he read it wrong, and the way he spoke it came off as the way he must have read it. Because it read as Pepsi made for football watching, but he pauses in there. So it was like Pepsi made for football watching. And then it went in, and I'm like, that's a terrible read. You should have just redone that little tiny little ad, because that is so bad.
Made for football.
Watching. So dumb. It was so dumb. Anyway, so Anthony,
Watching.
Nobody's
Yes.
watching. We're not popular. So with aliens being our bracket in today, what exactly went into making our contenders here? Because there are some really oddballs in there.
I picked aliens that are associated with horror-esque movies.
Well, yeah, no shit. But I mean, like, I don't know. You have like killer clowns in there and krites in there.
Crits.
I'll fucking kill you.
I put those in there just for that.
Jeremy, you make me want to change the channel to daytime soap operas, and I don't even like those. So I can't even imagine how our listeners feel. They must all want to die.
Well, I mean, I'm not concerned with that. Now, if you told me that I made you want to actually exercise, then I would actually be shocked and ask you to see a therapist.
I hope that they just aren't touching themselves. That's the only thing that I hope. So anyway, yeah, why don't you break down who we're going to be going over today for everybody?
Nice.
Go right up the top here.
Give me 1 second. I have to.
3 minutes in. Let's get it up the top.
All right. Give me a second. I readjusted my paper list, but not my digital
We're not
list.
professional.
So we're going over. I thought of the most iconic aliens in horror movies that I could think of,
Okay.
and well, I needed 8 of them.
Okay.
So obvious first choice was the Xenomorph from the Alien franchise.
Yeah.
You have to.
Then we have the Yautja.
The what?
Yeah, the aliens from Predator.
Okay. You're getting all fancy on me. Go fuck yourself.
Yep, their official name. I'll be honest. In my notes, it's just Predator. We got the Blob
Predator.
from the Blob.
Bleh.
So things are about to get blobby.
Yep. We have the
Fuck
Thing
off, Jeremy.
from the Thing and the Thing.
Jeremy, that joke made me want to kill myself.
Yeah, that's
That's a bad
most of the
joke.
reaction I get from everybody.
I bet you kill on stage, literally.
Yep. When you're so good, the audience kills themselves. You know you're doing great things.
That's when you know you've hit the grade A. Grade A.
You know you're doing great things for the Lord. Satan.
So you've also seen
Works
Amy
in-
Schumer live.
I was waiting for somebody to say it.
So you've seen all of her movies in the theater then. I hear it's a real bloodbath. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, we got the Pod people from Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
God, now going into this, I rewatched some of the movies. Alien, I've seen enough to know where I was going with that one. Same thing with The Thing. I love both those movies, so I knew them. I rewatched Killer Clowns, I rewatched The Blob, and I rewatched Body Snatchers. And I rewatched the 1978 Body Snatchers this morning.
One I would be referring to.
Yeah, it is. God, it's such a good fucking movie.
It
God
is.
damn, I love it.
And it's got a very young Jeff Goldblum in it.
It does. I forgot he was in that movie, and then I saw Babyface Goldblum, and I call him Babyface because it's like 20 years before we would have known him in like Jurassic Park. So like he's like Babyface. He doesn't really have a beard. He's not like worked out like he is in The Fly. Like just Babyface Goldblum. I'm like, this is amazing.
Babyface Goldblum. He's
and
good.
Spock.
Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, he's on it too. He plays the psychologist friend. Yeah.
Okay. We got Critters, the Crits from Critters.
Crits.
Crites. I swear to God, the Crites.
I specifically put that one in there because we've already covered it, and I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, we did. We had a whole episode about it. Yeah.
We have
about crits.
Fuck yourself, Jeremy.
We have the Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes, and I rewatched it.
Did you?
I want to
like thrice.
I want to say right off the bat about that, the Blob and Killer Clowns, like copy pasted the Blob's opening, just copy paste. It did a lot of the same things, but I do still love Killer Clowns movie.
That smell is bullshit. And then we have Pennywise, the dancing clown.
I forgot he was in this list. I knew there was somebody I was forgetting when I was doing the thing. Well, you didn't update the one you emailed me, so Pennywise wasn't in there when I was looking.
Pennywise is in there.
Well, son of a bitch, I didn't see him.
That's it. He's on the paper one.
Maybe if you had put down your bowl for 2 seconds and actually read what was written.
Fuck up. I can read just fine.
All right, so
I must have scrolled over him and not realized it.
I put these. I actually categorize these as I try to do every now and then. You know, we have Alien versus Predator. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah.
We have the Blob versus the Thing. Non-humanoid. The non-humanoid, not official thing. You know.
Yeah, no, I'm going with the round.
We have the Body Snatchers versus Critters. That one I got nothing.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
But we have the Killer Clowns versus Pennywise because I thought that was funny.
This literally sounds like going through my Tinder of all the people that have liked me.
What kind of fucking Tinder people are you finding, Jeremy? You finding fucking outer space clowns or
They're
something?
finding me somehow.
And yet mutual likes. Weird.
No, not mutual
Jeremy
likes.
wants to take over the human race and eat us all. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, so yeah, that's how this bracket's gonna go. Anthony, stop licking your mic. It's how you get sick.
For those who don't know, the way the bracket is, we are broken down into 4 categories up to 25 points of iconicness, the kill skill, the fear factor, and the impact of the film franchise as a whole.
That is correct.
The first round is going to be nothing but a point base, so our personal feelings have no biases. But the semifinals and the finals is a 100% biased.
Oh, it's going to always be just because we can't help it. We can't help it. Also, I see James. Hi, James. Ooh, what's that smell? Ooh, that smell. Is that doing anything for you? Better not be touching yourself on the job. Anyways,
Oh, fuck.
Hey, I don't know what he does. I mean, he drives around and fixes things. I don't know what he does when he stops. You know, he might be peeing, he might be jerking off. You don't know.
Probably both.
Probably both.
At the same time.
Well,
So
get your lotion, get your tissues, because we're diving into Sergeant Redacted's Tinder life.
No, that's a whole episode in itself. We don't have time to get into that. So which bracket do we want to start with? Which lineup?
Well, I think we should start with the Xenomorph and the Predator. Mainly because
we want to jump right into AVP, the most controversial one on this whole fucking thing.
Oh,
it's going to get people all riled up when they listen.
I mean, if you don't want to, we can start with a different one. How about since Jared's being a baby.
So James is hiding out in the chat because he's technically at work. He's saying that sometimes, because he tries not to, but sometimes he can't help it.
And every time I kiss, I swear I can fly.
And every time I think of you, ooh, I touch myself.
I swear to God, this show gets gayer and gayer every time we try to record.
You see, no, it's not that we're just comfortable with our sexuality, unlike you, and I'll suck your dick until you are. Don't worry. Anyways, since Jared's being a wham baby about this Alien versus Predator, let's start with the body snatchers versus
wham baby. I'm just saying, like for horror fans and whatnot, like this is one of those brackets where it's like the Freddy and Jason one. Like it just it hits a nerve with people.
Is it too close to home?
So we'll do the body snatchers versus the critters first. All right, now this is Anthony's show. Now,
Bob.
Hello, Bob Hopkins.
I'm calling Bob from Fireside. I'm gonna sick him on. I'm gonna sick him on Jeremy. Continue on.
Well, now that Jared's turned off his camera, this is the Anthony Denney show. So hello, everyone out there. My name is Anthony Denney.
We're going to have a nice sensual hour. Don't be afraid.
The worst ASMR that Oddcast could ever present to people is that right there.
I'm uncapping my pen. Oh.
I don't get ASMR.
We just gave anybody who's into that the biggest direction that will have all you.
I'm just so confused. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck just happened.
Oh, I forgot my paper. There it is. My light's off also. Let me turn on my light real quick.
Stop. I'm gonna cum my pants.
The really funny part is I bought this lamp for Heather so she could do some coloring, but she stopped coloring, so now I use it for my life.
Oh no, I think we got James. Oh man, we're gonna get him fired. Anyways, so let's jump into it. We want to do AVP first. We can do AVP.
No, we're doing the pod people versus the critters.
Oh my god, this is a good one. So I love both of these.
Pod people.
So we want to cover over the body snatchers first.
Like people.
Where we want to go, gentlemen.
I mean, I feel like we should do the critters first because we already talked about the critters before. So.
That is true. Yeah, we had a whole episode about critters just a little while back. If you go to your favorite podcast platform, we have them all there. But anyway, I mean, critters as far as like a horror monster and like deciding a better horror villain, like they're a force to be reckoned with. I will say that I kind of like this matchup for the fact that they both multiply and take over very quickly.
There we go.
The one crite lands And the first person it attacks, it lays 4 to 5 children into that person it kills. And then they, within a matter of minutes, they're already fully grown. And then they just continue to do that as they eat.
Aww, baby
so, yeah.
crits.
So they multiply fucking terrifyingly fast. They can shoot giant spikes out of their back. So, they can try to cripple you that way. They roll into a ball and they're super fast. They can gather together and become giant balls and run things over and eat them. Yeah, they're nothing. They're nothing to bat an eye at. They're quite the menace. So yeah. Run us down the list, Anthony. What is everybody thinking on numbers as far as the krites go?
The crits.
Krites. I swear to fucking God.
Well, you see, for the critters, because that's what I put them down. Critters.
Yeah, critters.
For iconicness, I gave them a 13.
I mean,
they're pretty iconic if you know them.
They've gotten more popular in recent years.
Yeah, the cults.
Now that they've been able to go digital more, it's helped their case. I'm gonna give them 14 for iconic.
Yeah. Jeremy?
I gave it a 12.
Yeah, that's fair. Because they had a lot of sequels to them, and they did well when they came out. But it really was like a cult kind of thing of like, unless you knew what it was, you weren't going to go see them. But with the whole digital release and the new sequel being made, that's helped their case as far as getting more popular again.
Yeah, it's
like Killer Clowns. It kind of like some people knew about it, and then once it started hitting digital places, people were like, "Have you seen this fucking thing?" And it's like, "Yeah, I've known about it for a while."
Have you seen this fucking clown? What am I? A fucking clown?
Sort of fucking clowny. Oh my! So
no, I don't.
That fucking movie, Goodfellas. I really fucking love that scene when they kill his character, the Joe Pesci there.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert for a movie you should have fucking seen Goodfellas by now. For fuck's sake, it's a great movie. But he kills a made guy earlier in the movie, and then towards the end they think he's gonna become a made guy, and then it's tons of people have parodied the scene. He gets led into the house by the Dons, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be a made guy." He walks in, lights off in the room, and you just get the shit, and the music abruptly stops and they blow his head off, and then it's like, all right, well, that's taken care of. Wrap him up and take care of it. There's been a lot of people that have done that scene. I've seen just recently. I started seeing parodies about it more and more.
Well, I'm glad that we're talking about that movie. Because Joe Pesci himself is an alien. Fun fact.
He is. He's a very small alien. He came in. He had his moment in the sun, and now he's, I don't know. He's a recluse.
Older. For skill, I gave them a 12 because I have not seen the movie, so I have no.
I'm the only one here who's seen Critter movies. Oh, this is terrible for them.
So I gave them a 12 across the board, even split of 50, like 50-50. Like,
I mean, they murder the entire town every time they land. Like they multiply so quick that they devour the town in a 24-hour period. They can shoot the spikes. They're intelligent. Like anytime you're getting in a truck, they always know to bite the wires and shit like that. Like they're smart enough to know to help stop you from getting away and shit. All right, well, hopefully we'll see you around there, James. Thanks for stopping in at the moment. Hopefully you'll be back after you close up shop, you fucker. Anyway. Kill skill, I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna go 17. Because I mean they're not terrible. They're quick, they're effective, they're smart enough to know how to get into problem solving. They're threatening, and they kill quite a bit.
All right. Redacted.
I guess I'll die.
I'll give it a 12.
I'm the only one who's seen movies. I'm the only one who actually has any opinion.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I have tomorrow off, so maybe I could watch it tomorrow, but that literally does nothing help.
Watch Critters 2.
I thought you said you didn't have an opinion.
Go fuck yourself.
Um,
Anyway,
for fear factor, I gave them 12. I mean, they're little balls of hate and fury, but I feel like they're easily killable.
yeah, they're easily killable enough.
I
but
feel like
it's
a
like
12
zombies.
gauge.
Well, they're like zombies. They just overwhelm you with their fucking numbers because one of them will turn into 10 of them within the hour. Like they're not. Because every time one of them eats, they lay that 4 to 5 eggs, and they grow up almost immediately. So I mean,
All
pure
right,
numbers alone.
All right, I'll give them a 13.
That's fair. I'll go 15.
12.
Jesus,
All
Jeremy.
right, I feel I have a guess of his last number, but impact of films, I'm gonna say 10 is getting a lot more popular nowadays. But unfortunately, I don't think the creators really are as like the
6.
film. Wow, I gave him a higher thing than Jared did.
Well, it was just we covered it in the episode that it was being written before Gremlins, but due to rewrites of things that they had to do, it ended up coming out after. And because it came out after, there was a ton of other things that were doing the same thing about like copying Gremlins. So it got overshadowed by the thing that got to come out before it.
I love it. It's in the movie.
That's exactly my point.
Jeremy, we looking at another 12 here?
6.
6. Had to ruin that. All right. Well, the critters, krites, and crits, they have 142. So
wait, you guys see that? There's something looming. There's something looming on the ship. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I feel like I keep hearing like a I feel like I keep hearing that somewhere, and I don't know why. I don't have a good feeling about that. But anyway, what are they going against? Body Snatchers, right?
Yep, the pod people, as they are actually called, apparently. I found that out.
Pod people.
Yeah, pod people. They are people who are in pods. Who would have guessed? So, yeah, the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, pretty good movie, I would say. The idea is that the pod people take over for someone else's body, and basically,
sorry, I'm just making a note.
Okay, pod people.
Sure. Anyway, yeah, the pod people. As I said, I just watched this movie earlier today. The 1978, and the 1978 movie is a fucking great goddamn. Okay, this is gonna be spoiler filled, and
It's
sorry for anyone, but it came out in 1978.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a fucking nearly 50-year-old movie.
Yeah,
40-year-old movie.
Yeah. So this fucking movie, dude. It's like it's a slow buildup. Like you don't even know what's going on, and like if you don't know anything about it, then you have no idea what's going on for quite some time as that movie progressed. It's a very slow buildup to say that there's the pod people. They just lead into it with these strange flowers everyone's finding. Girl's boyfriend like becomes somebody he's not, but he is himself thing. And then nobody believes it. Yeah, nobody believes her. And then slowly but surely, everyone keeps bringing this up. Like you start hearing it from all these other people around our main characters with like, it's him, but it's not him because he has no emotion, blah, 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 blah. And like, you keep hearing this be a problem. Then you get like the Jeff Goldblum there and his girlfriend. But it's such a good buildup of that because like they just know that people aren't themselves, but they can't quite figure out what the hell's going on. By the time they get to a point that Leonard Nimoy is going to help them talk to the mayor, it's too late. Like you realize after the fact that everyone around, like the entire city has become a pod person. Like there's not a single person other than the group of 4 of them that has not become one. Yeah, and then it's like a roller coaster ride downhill from there. They keep trying to get out of the city. They keep getting cornered because it's them versus literally everybody. And the ending is the best fucking part in the 78 because that's like you go through all the bullshit of that movie and you think everyone's fine, you're good, and then you get the scene that everyone knows of the guy pointing, and it's because Goldblum's girlfriend was the only other person that lived at the end. So at the very, very end, it's the other. He's a health inspector. I can't remember the actor's name, but it's the guy with the curly hair. He's walking down a thing, and she runs into him, and she's like, "Oh, hey, great, you made it! Like, how are you?" And then you just get that. Yeah, like
it is, by the way,
her screaming because like you had no idea that he had been replaced.
Yeah, it's
thrown on you at the end.
It's a great downer ending. It's Donald
It
Sutherland.
really is. No, it's a great there are no happy endings because it's like, yeah, no, nobody lived. Everyone became a pod person.
Yep. It's a good one.
But they're the same thing as the Krites. I will say they take longer to get fully developed, but like once they get their routine going, they produce rather quickly as far as like replacing everybody. And it's fucking brutal, man. Like they don't just reproduce your body, like it connects to you. So when it wakes up and like takes your consciousness, you turn into they're throwing away what looks like fucking insulation the whole movie, and then you don't find out till towards the end that like that's actually all the people, the original people. They just wither away to this husk that they're just throwing away. Like it's fucking insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for iconicness, I gave them a 10. I know it's controversial.
10. Yeah, that is very controversial.
But the idea of the body snatching is one thing, but like but the
Jeremy's gonna die this episode.
Yep.
Welcome to the live show where Sergeant Protector is gonna get murdered.
All right. But like the actual pod people themselves, they're very not like. All right. Well, we will wait for Jared to.
Is Jeremy getting robbed? I shouldn't be laughing, but Jesus Christ. This is just Jeremy's luck to get fucking robbed on the show.
No, that. Yeah.
Oh my god, this isn't scripted at all. It's just fucking happened. Okay, all right, I'm good. Oh.
So the idea of body snatching is very like done over and over and again, but the pod people themselves, like the actual pods and all that, isn't as well known as the screaming and all that. So they're not. Hey, look, he's alive. So I just gave them a little less. So I gave them a 10. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change it to an 11 because I kind of feel bad. You all right, Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. I remember yelling at his friends as they keep shutting off the light on the stairs and it's dark as shit there, so you can't see, and the switch is literally midway down the steps. So you have to like feel your way down the hall and down the stairs in order to turn on the lights to the stairs.
I feel like Jeremy's telling us a story because he actually murdered that robber.
He's making his story now.
If you hear sirens in the background, don't worry.
The video evidence.
If you hear sirens, don't worry.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, iconicness on this one, I'm gonna have to go. Man, with this one, like I want to go at least like a 17.
You can do that. You can do as high as low as you want, baby.
I know. I'm gonna go 17. I don't think the movie's super well known to everybody, but I mean, like a horror fan like us, like of course we fucking know this movie. Plus, man, like the practical effect in that movie is fucking great when like the pond splitting open and shit. Like God, it looks terrifying. It looks great. It still holds up. The 70s and 80s, man. Like, the special effect work was fucking amazing.
Because it's practical. A lot of CGI from the 70s and 80s, not so good.
Yeah, no. Jurassic Park changed all that in the 90s. We can blame Jurassic Park for terrible CGI stuff now.
Well, we can also blame Jurassic Park for good CGI stuff now.
That is true. You can say for both. Personally, I still like the practical stuff over anything CGI, but yeah, that's me.
I mean, I was okay with Josh Brolin being Thanos. So. Anyway, Jeremy, iconicness.
Fuck you, Jan. That's not what I mean.
Bethany, just give me all the same numbers as you.
All right. Easy.
Jeremy, I take it you don't know this movie at all.
Nope.
Okay,
That's
well,
great. That's great.
For kill skill, I gave it a 10 because nothing really sticks out to me as like an iconic kill of them. I mean, a lot of the stuff is the processing, turning into it, but it's not very much like he's not very close to home there, I say.
See, I want to, for kill skill and fear factor both, I'm going to give them a 23 because that movie, how quickly they take over from the start of the first, like the boyfriend becoming one and then everyone around him starting to become one. It takes after her boyfriend becomes one, it takes them 48 hours to take over the entire fucking city. And it's like New York City. They just take the whole fucking thing over.
It's actually San Francisco, but
is it San Fran? I know it was a big city. I just assumed.
Yeah.
But even still, they take over the whole fucking city in a 48-hour period. Every single goddamn person. Like that is to the point that they're shipping them out to other states to like get everyone else to turn into a pod person.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's like a Freddy thing. You can't fall asleep. When you fall asleep, that's when they plant the pod, and then the pod just absorbs you into it to become a pod person.
For fear factor, Jeremy and I both gave it a 25 because of the idea of that and like can't fall asleep, but at the same time, you never know when someone became one. Like you could fucking walk outside your door and then bam.
Yes.
Like you can't trust fucking anyone, and that's terrifying at all.
Especially like in the beginning, they have everyone notices them because of the no emotion thing. But within that first 24-hour period, Leonard Nimoy, spoiler again, turns out he's been a pod person like the whole fucking time, and nobody knew because they like adapted to it. They're like, oh, we're not showing enough emotion, blah blah blah. Like we just need to learn how to be exactly like them so we blend in. So Nimoy's character does that and gets the others. And
as they've learned, they become more human, which is even harder to thing. And then eventually everyone's a pod person when you blink.
And then everybody just is one.
Impact of film, I gave them a 20 because
17.
it's pretty good. I remember Invasion of the Bunny Snatchers, the Looney Tune cartoon.
Yeah, it has been parodied quite a bit. I'll go one higher. I'll go 18. Because I think like there's a lot of things that we know from it, but I don't think enough people that I know of at least have actually seen it. They just know things from it. But it's like, no, man, you got to see the whole thing to really capture why that movie catches people.
I've lost my pen.
Oh no, it's a
that's what you said.
Don't worry, I have a backup.
No, that's when I said to her.
That's what she
in
said.
The back counting stuff.
Yeah, with her messy bun.
Oh, all messy bun, and then I made it a cinnamon bun.
Because you glazed it.
Sticky white.
Anyway, so with a score of 142 to
she didn't call me after that. She said she didn't like that I made her bun all sticky. But I was like, well, I told you I was going to do sticky bun, and you didn't know what it was. So that's your fault, I feel like.
To be fair, can I just comment on the fact that you just say that you have a dick that can come off and back on like Mr. Potato Head?
It's very convenient when you're really horny, but you don't have anything. You're like, here, I'm handing this to you. You go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's why I get fired from everywhere because of sexual harassment.
Have you guys ever heard of the rodeo? It's
No,
when
what's
you're
the rodeo?
it's when you're going doggy style on a girl and you bend down. You bend down and whisper the wrong name into her ear and see how long you can stay on.
Good times. Welcome to What an Oddcast. We're family friendly all the time.
Fuck you. Cunt, cunt, fuck.
Well, and now we're canceled by NBC. Isn't that amazing?
All right. Maybe we can go on the Fox. They have Family Guy on there.
Wait. I'm being informed we're going to be picked up by MTV's going to hire us in. So
awesome. I'll get
we're gonna
pregnant.
go with all the other trash TV.
I'll get pregnant immediately as a youngin. I'm only 16. Anyway, from a score of 142 to 213, the Body Snatchers move on.
Call you Honey Burrito.
Honey Burrito.
Can't call you Honey Boo Boo. That's already taken. But you're Mexican, so Honey Burrito.
No, call me Honey Yogi. And get the picnic basket. So Jared,
Legal battles to ensue. So Body Snatchers move on and move further. So I'm fine with that. The Krites put up a good fight, but like it's a Body Snatchers.
No, they didn't.
They're more iconic. I mean, like if I'm gonna talk like who I think's more deadly, I think both of them put up an equal amount of fight because both of them within the same amount of time would take over an entire city. So that would be a close match. But Body Snatchers are just more iconic.
Toby got a higher score than the Critters.
So, I feel like it's only unfair. Fuck Toby, that piece of shit. I feel like it's only because I'm the only one who's seen a Critters movie, and you two fuckers have not. So I feel like it's unfair to that movie franchise here. But
all right,
anyway.
Well,
to be fair, we didn't even see Pod People.
I have.
You've seen both. Oh, you have seen it. Oh,
I've seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh, I'm the odd man out.
It was a long time ago.
Great fight. 1978 Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Jeremy. It's a fucking great goddamn movie.
You can watch it for free on YouTube with ads, or if you have YouTube fans, you can watch it. Yeah, no, you free on YouTube.
Yeah, you can.
With ads.
You can watch it free on YouTube. Then you can also find it places for like $4 or $5.
Yeah. So
but YouTube free.
We're gonna save the controversial one for last to make Jared happy. So
I'm not saying
on.
You don't have. We don't have to put it in. No, AVP. We're doing it right now.
All right, AVP. All right. Well, the Xenomorph. Now we are not talking about the newborn. We are not talking about the protomorph. We are talking about the Xenomorph, as seen in Alien, Alien 2, Alien 3.
Alien 4, Alien 8,556,000 million.
No Deacon, no Neomorph. Nope. Like I said, no Protomorph. This fucking battery acid powered fucking Xenomorph from it. Yeah. So for iconicness, I gave it a 25. The penile shape of the fucking
it looks just like my penis.
The little mouth inside the big mouth, like come on.
Oh yeah, that's what scares ladies the most, because that comes out right when I'm about to ejaculate. There's a little extra mouth that comes out, and he says, "Hey, surprise!" so that they know it's coming.
A little extra penis comes out. A little tiny little penis comes out the tip first.
Yes.
God, your jizz be so like high pressured, like when you put your thumb over a hose at the end.
What the fuck?
Hey, we're talking about the Xenomorph. We kind of have to talk about penises, vaginas, all that.
No, they got a Xenomorph dildo.
I'm not surprised.
It is a giant walking penis.
Yeah, and the face hugger is both penis and vagina. Heather's never saw the Alien movie.
The original egg design, he only had one slit. But then they told him he wasn't allowed to do that, so he did another one so that Christians would have to look at the cross thing, which is fun.
Yep, it's fucking great. But Heather's never saw the Alien, the Xenomorph. Like she never saw Alien or any of those movies because again, she doesn't like the scary movies.
Made James puke.
Yeah, but Hey, at least we're not doing ASMR anymore. But I showed her the interior of the facehugger, and she's like, "That's straight up a vagina." I'm like, yeah, there's so much sexual tension in the Alien movie. It's all about sex.
Yes, it's all about how Adam raped Eve.
I mean, I don't know if that's the specific subtext, but yes, it's very
Yes.
like
Yes.
raping. The idea of
About
men
how
being
Jesus would just walk into homes because he could walk on water. So they would try to build a moat, and he would just walk across.
So you know dick talk, yeah.
So you know TikTok only on Oddcast. Hell
We
yes, hell yeah.
We like dicks here. What can we say?
Sometimes
Wait.
you just gotta know what a xenomorph dick looks like. Turns out it's just its head.
Yeah. And so, Jared, iconicness. What's the iconicness?
25.
25. That's pretty good. Jeremy, how iconic is the dick?
25.
Jared, you were about to say something?
Yeah, I just want to say that of course I give him the 25. I relate with the xenomorph because when I shit, the entire toilet turns into an acid bath. So I'm also full of acid.
Oh, I figured you were going to go to the fact that you eat turtle a lot.
By the way, can I just say I like how we both turned our heads an opposite way when Jeremy...
Jeremy, what the fuck does that even mean?
The xenomorph's dick goes, it hides inside and then it pops out. You turtle.
Oh.
What the
No, it's
fuck?
definitely a loud and proud in my pants.
We
Hence
gotta
why
talk
my
about
name's
Jared's dick
Jokey
again?
in my pants.
Yeah,
let's
the only
let's
show
not.
that I know that emphasizes and literally tries to, what's the word, fluff their own existence from a micro to a huge.
So for
That's not
kill
what happens at
skill,
all.
for kill skill, I also gave it a 25 because it is the perfect hunter. He likes to sneak in the shadows. It is smart.
That
so
is
it plays
true.
Traps.
That is true. The xenomorph, its whole purpose is to wipe out a civilization. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go 25 as well. It's stealthy. They can hide. They can hide underneath water. They can hide in vents or small spaces and just wait for something to walk by. They're very stealthy.
They don't need to eat. They don't need to sleep.
That's true. They don't need to fuck either. They just have a queen that lays an
Well,
egg.
actually, they do sleep. They have cocoons on the walls in spiral shapes, and that's where they rest and sleep.
But do they need to do it though?
No, the whole purpose. They're the
I
perfect
think
weapon.
I think they have the option to. But I know that
They're
they're
the perfect weapon. That's their whole purpose.
no one knows how they work. So Jeremy, kill skill. What do you think?
I give it a 23. Because at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, they're perfect hunters and all of that, but there's really no really unique kill that they've done other than the same thing over and over and over again. But I'll give them a 23 just for the simple fact that, one, you can shoot them, stab them, break them apart and all of that, and yet even their bodies, organs, and bloods and juices will kill you.
Yeah, they're juices.
Like that one time where the guy who was crippled
Baby, you're
shot
so.
one who was in the ceiling, and the acid started dripping down onto him.
Yep, that was from Alien Resurrection.
When an alien squirts, it kills a whole group of people.
I like how he turned off his camera and microphone because he knew he was going to laugh at his own stupid joke.
I know, it's so fucking hilarious.
For Fear Factor, I gave them a 25 again because they're scary, especially in the first movie. The second and third movie, actually, you know what? I'm giving them a 20. I forgot how unscary they get in the later movies. But that first movie,
they get unscary?
yeah, they get fucking mowed down by any Joe Schmo with a machine gun.
But yeah, I guess that is true.
Yeah, in the first one, they're pretty tough, and then
The first and
after
second
that,
movie,
they
they're
get weaker and
badasses.
weaker.
Yeah, but in the third one, where fucking Sigourney Weaver becomes Alice from the Resident Evil series.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
She gets an alien baby.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the newborn or any of that.
Yeah, we're not going to acknowledge any of that. So where are we on?
Fear factor.
Oh, 25. Yeah, no, if I was trapped in space with that thing, I'm dead. Fuck that shit. Like, even if you can manage to fucking kill it, it's just going to melt through the fucking hull of your ship and it's still going to kill you. Like, it doesn't matter.
I would say strangle it, but I don't know if they need to breathe.
I don't think they need to breathe because they like to hide underwater and not like come up till absolutely need be. So I don't think they have to breathe.
Oh no. Jeremy, how scary is the alien to you, Mr. Military Man?
Honestly, if I'd give it a 24. Just because they can overwhelm you, and they're gonna be hard to kill once they get into numbers. I mean, you can even see that throughout the entire trilogy of Aliens, especially when you dive into the AVP universe. Like, even the Predators had a hard time hunting these things, especially once they got overwhelming.
Yeah, that's why they were the perfect weapon.
Yes. For impact of film, I give it a 20.
Yeah.
The series is pretty, you know, they got sequels at the wazoo, they got remake. But
when was the last time that you saw a critter fucking dildo?
I don't look up critter dildos. Don't make me. Oh no, Jeremy, what have you done to my? Oh no.
Oh no, Anthony, why are you looking up Rule 34 all of a sudden? What could have possibly caused that, Mr. fucking douchebag that's below us?
You're welcome.
Oh no.
Dick face.
I'm okay with that. Oh, that's not what I. No, that's not what I thought at all was gonna happen. Yeah, they had someone drinking pee. Anyways,
sorry, someone drinking pee?
Yes, out of a bowl.
What were you looking up?
I looked up Critters Rule 34, and then there was a person drinking urine out of a bowl that someone was urinating into. Jeremy, what's the impact of the films for you?
It's going to be a 25. Like, I mean, pregnant women, when the first movie came out and they saw that movie, like, there's like a shit ton of reports of when the first movie came out of women for several months after that were pregnant, were fearful and having nightmares that their child was a xenomorph and was going to burst out of their stomach at any second.
I mean, I know
I have that fear every time I look at a pregnant woman, so I relate.
I know I said that we were only talking about the xenomorph, but like in Alien versus Predator Requiem, when the fucking pred alien fucking impregnates the pregnant women, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. But when the first movie came out, like it terrified pregnant women the most. And it caused like a huge hysteria amongst pregnant women during that time, and they all went to the hospital trying to get scanned to make sure that it's not a fucking xenomorph, because they would have nightmares constantly that their child was a xenomorph and was going to burst out of their stomach. So they automatically get goddamn 25.
Right. Yeah. Not Jeremy. Jared, how about you?
You jerking off?
Sometimes
we don't. We don't have an HR.
I don't think. To be honest, I don't think Jared is a talker when he masturbates. I'm sure it's very silent in there.
You've been
like wait for you to answer the phone.
He's like, there's no reaction at all either when he. I don't. Anyways,
no,
Jared,
like a true serial killer. I have no emotion to it. It's just one and done, and then I wipe it off on the nearest thing I find.
I feel really
you
bad
are
for your
just like
cat.
a serial killer because you have no emotion until you bring up your ex-girlfriends or ex-girls that you loved at one point in time. Then you get hysterical.
We don't talk about that. So what are we asking me? What am I doing at number 2?
Impact of the film.
Oh yeah, that's the 25. Oh yeah, it inspired like anything that did Aliens after the first movie. Everybody wanted to capture that same, because like the first Alien movie, it starts off like a sci-fi mystery kind of movie, and you're like, oh, this is cool. Like, what is it that they're going to explore? And then it has that hard turn when the guy has the chest bursting scene. Like that changes that movie in a completely different angle into the horror aspect. And it plays with the monster shit really well. They like the Xenomorph, you don't get to see like the fully grown Xenomorph right away. Like it gets it gets like 1 or 2 kills in there, but they don't show you what it looks like. It just implies like, yeah, this thing's deadly. It's killing everybody. So then when you do finally see it, you're like, holy shit. Like, so no, the first movie's fucking great. And the second movie, they just added an action element to it with a bunch of commandos who then immediately get fucking shitted on. So
That movie is an allegory for the Vietnam War.
yeah. So yeah, 25 for all that, man.
I want to say this is Jared's second perfect 100 score. The first one being the Fireflies family.
Oh, really? Did I really just give that a perfect score all the way through?
That's what 425s mean.
Oh man, I didn't even mean to, and it's fucking Xenomorph, man.
I didn't mean to. Jared's talking up all week, like, oh, I don't know, it's gonna be hard. I think Xenomorphs are gonna win. I don't know. Fucking giving the perfect score. What a shock to me.
Go fuck yourself.
So the Predator, though technically it is a horror movie, it's not necessarily a scary movie.
See, the first Predator movie does the same thing that the first Alien movie did, where it starts off not as what it is. Like the first Alien movie has that sci-fi mystery to it. The first Predator movie, the first Predator movie looks like it's going to be another Arnie, like commando military-esque kind of movie. And then it does the same thing as Alien did, where it just has this hard fucking turn into, oh, there's a thing that's going to kill all of them now. And that doesn't even come till towards like the halfway through the movie. And it's like, oh, now they got to deal with this fucking thing. And it's like, oh, I thought I was watching an Arnie movie with him like just beating terrorist ass or something. Like this is interesting. And of course it the same thing for Aliens. Once you get past like the first movie, then it's, you know, except Alien had a good sequel. Predator did not so much.
The sequel had Gary Busey. Fuck you.
It's okay. It added something interesting, but
fine, Gary Busey.
Anyway, so the first one, kill. Well, no.
Iconic. How iconic is the Predator?
I love asking you.
It's not like we haven't been doing this everything for the
Predator's
last 5
another
weeks.
One's 25.
25. That's true. You know, the mask, the fucking, I don't know, horseshoe crab looking motherfucking face.
The sound.
Fuck, I used to be able to do this well.
I know.
Fuck it. Jeremy, I also gave it a 25 because, yeah. Jeremy, what about you?
25. I mean, they're making motorcycle helmets in the shape of the Predator helmet.
Yeah, that they are. Oh, by the way, just to clarify, because I clarified with the Xenomorph, we're talking about the standard Predator, not the Berserker, not the Super Predator, just the standard Predator. I know no one thought that.
Hey guys, you remember how I said that I heard a Jason noise?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to freak anybody out because I know we're in the middle of space and nobody can hear us scream. But I just want to say, our past, the people who have not been making the bracket, I see them getting dragged away by a big burly man in a hockey mask. So, I mean, that's a thing. Probably gonna have to maybe want to deal with at some point, but.
Okay, so a fun fact. Derek Mears, the guy who did the remake Jason, he was the classic Predator in Predators.
Was he really?
Yeah. So I went to this to go confirm which Predator he was, and it brought up his Twitter where he has a picture of Space Jam. And
Can we get a visual of this?
Yeah, of course, immediately. Like,
Space Jam.
like there he is with Sid.
He's got
Space Jam.
cake. Right below it, just Space Jam.
Metal
Was he
music.
watching Space Jam?
I don't know. I'm gonna click on this YouTube link though. I trust Eric Mears. See what it is.
It's
5
just a
minutes
Space
long.
Jam song.
It is.
Oh my god! It's just this.
Eric Mears. Fucking Jason Voorhees. Fucking the Predator. Fucking Swamp Thing. Share the Space Jam theme.
That is the best. You go on there. The first thing I saw was the Sid Haig picture. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. He got to meet him before he passed. That's great. Space Jam theme song followed by what looked like an Anthrax. Like, what the fuck kind of Twitter feed is that?
A normal celebrity's life.
Yeah, so I retweeted that because I thought that was too funny not to.
I'm gonna have to retweet that as well because that's fucking great. You just got the Space Jam song on there.
Fucking-
it's great.
Big ass motherfucker. Anyways,
Yeah, I played Jason. I killed a lot of teens. Come on now, it's time to slam now. come on down.
that makes me so happy.
Come on and slam if you want to jam.
So for
walking out the door.
fucking Jason with a boombox over his shoulder. Like it was just
Imagine if you made like a video of just Jason killing a bunch of teens with that song playing.
Internet, I need you. I need you so bad, Internet. I've never wanted more. So for kill skill, well, I had to give the Predator 25 because
Jason with a boombox is great.
he the Predator is the most like tech savvy alien out there. Like that's his whole thing is trapping, hunting. Sometimes it's not so fair when you're hunting, you know, being invisible, shooting a plasma cannon in the back of someone's head. Not so honorable, but hey, what do I know? So I give him 25
not a whole
for
lot. We don't hunt like the Predator. So
No.
25, yeah.
Oh, I almost put 52. That would be bad, Anthony. Jeremy?
What am I rating them on?
Kill skill.
Kill.
How-
The Predator.
I'll give him a 24.
What?
Always got to be difficult. No,
It's always got to be different.
hey, it's okay. Jared, repeat after me. We do not succumb to peer pressure. Repeat it, Jared. Did you repeat it?
Yeah, I just did.
You succumbed to peer pressure. You failed the tests. You are not worthy. Anyway, fear factor.
I gotta get off on something.
Not worthy. He's fucking bullshitting himself. You know it's picking up your mic and my mic, right? It's really funny because the edited version will have what Jared's saying with me as well. So for fear factor, I gave it a 20, mainly because I am Pudgy Man, who I don't think would have much of a problem with the Predator thinking that I'm not a threat.
Yeah, I'll just throw down my gun immediately.
No, I don't want. I mean, in the defense,
You keep it.
it still thought Artie was a threat when he put down his weapons because he was fucking Macho Man Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I mean, yeah, it's a judgment call. The dude's trained to kill. You just killed all those men. Of course, he's gonna try to kill you. Come on now.
Yep, you fucking drop the clip, unclick the gun, drop all the ammo. Like I couldn't even do it if I wanted to, dude. Turn around and walk away, hands in the air.
I would just sit there with the clip, just picking all the bullets out of it. Like, see, man, this is how badly I don't want to do this.
This gun
I'm
was
completely disarming myself forever here. I mean, if there's another rebel group that comes up, I'm fucked. That's how much I don't want to fight right now.
But you know what? You'll be able to know because you will hear my screams and the gunshots of people shooting me. Go kill them. All right. I'm just gonna get to the chopper.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to go like a 10. Because I mean,
10.
if you're going to try to kill him, then it's gonna be a bad time for you. But if you're gonna be like me and you're just gonna immediately lay down and be like, yeah, no, I don't want to fight. He doesn't find that to be an honorable kill, so he'll likely leave me alone. So,
Gary Busey. Jeremy, how scary is it?
Well, if we're just going off of personal dealing with him, personally,
99, got it.
99, he's going to be a fucking tough ass guy to fight. Because I'm going to have to fight him out of the three of us.
You are the trained military man.
Yeah, I'm literally going to have to fight this guy.
you'll be the one to die.
Well, I mean, he's got quite a few things going for him that the Xenomorph doesn't. I mean, Xenomorph's got numbers and they can stalk pretty well, but like the Predator can fire back. He can hit me from several hundred yards to half a mile away. Alien can't do that. They have to get up close and personal. But the Predator it's a whole nother ball game.
It's true.
So I'll give him a 25.
By the way, I like how it's a whole different ball game. You gave it 1 point higher.
He doesn't hit
Because
close
all
to
you
him.
could
I can't go above. If I could go above
Okay.
25, it would be a straight 99.
Like, unfortunately, we do have to keep it fair and keep it at 25 for each.
Fuck being fair. Anyway,
Impact the film.
25.
25.
I
same
said
as
20.
Xenomorph. 25.
Wow. I just want to say, you could definitely see Jared's personal bias here because that 10.
No, see, here's the thing. He is a scary creature, but I'm just saying, like, if I think about it logically, I have no reason to attack him, so he'd have no reason to think that I'd be an honorable kill and kill me.
Holy
Like,
fuck, you used your
would
brain
be
for once.
easily giving up.
Now, it's fair because it's a very, it was close. It's 287 to
Oh, I can
274. So if, like, let's just say if Jared, if Jared gave it a 25 as well, it would have just won by 20. It would have won by 2 points. Like, is that fucking razor thin?
Fair enough. That was a close call. But Xenomorph,
Xenomorph moves on to the semifinals.
He just wants the Xenomorph to win.
no, actually, I have my eyes on somebody else in this bracket. But...
Let's knock him out then. So next we're going to be doing the Killer Clowns versus Pennywise, the dancing clown, also known as
this is
It.
a tough one. This is the clown bracket.
The clown
My
bracket.
brothers.
Yeah, you got to choose between your cousins here, okay? So I need you to pay attention.
I know I can't choose between family.
I would be a sad clown.
So can we start with Killer Clowns? Because I have a lot to fucking say about Killer Clowns.
No.
So we'll start with your mom, and then we'll go to your sister.
Yes, we can start with Killer Clowns.
I have things to say about Killer Clowns.
Jesus Christ, Jared. We
You
want to
wrote
keep
a
this
fucking book for this.
We want to keep
bracket?
this thing under 3 hours, please.
Don't worry, it's quick. So number one, I just want to give you guys the breakdown of how this movie. So number one,
The Killer Clowns from Outer Space broke it down for you.
so first off, run me through the listing. I know iconicness. I'm gonna give it a 13 because it's only become more of an iconic, popular thing in recent years. It's been a cult. It's been a cult favorite for a horror comedy movie. But as far as like mainstream, it's only been with the like Netflix and whatnot having it that it's started to gain a mainstream thing now. So anyway,
then we have Kill Skill.
25. And you'll hear why in a second. I just want to run through my numbers first.
Fear Factor.
25. I'm telling you, you will understand my reasoning in a minute.
No, it's just here. Give me a second.
He's listening to fucking Space Jam.
I realized it was still open, so I started playing it.
Oh God.
Impact of the film. It's off now. I just thought that would be funny for the joke. Impact of the films.
10.
10. All right. Let's get through the numbers first, so you can talk unimpeded.
Okay, that's fair.
I gave it 15 for iconic, 25 for kill skill, 25 for fear factor because fucking clowns. Who's not afraid of them? And impact the film. I also gave it a 10.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. Jeremy.
Hold on, I want to hear Jared's stuff
Oh.
for his numbers.
Yes,
Why?
Thank you.
All right.
So first off, Killer Clowns opens with their very own shock rock theme song, and I just want to point that out. I actually have it in our Oddtober playlist. You can find it, Jokey Pants, on Spotify. I threw it in there solely because like they legitimately have their own song. Like it's not like just some generic thing that they picked for a movie. It's a legitimate Killer Clowns fucking song that plays in the beginning and end of that movie. Anyway, so the premise of this movie is that there's a carnival going on in the town, and all of a sudden there's a meteor, much like the Blob does in its beginning, where a meteor crashed down and people all try to like, oh, the meteor, let's go find it. And this is just a giant glowing yellow orb. They also do the same thing with an old man going to explore a said meteor, and then he discovers the monsters first and dies. So anyway, when they land, their ship is a giant ass big top, which is actually at the end they show that it lifts up and it's looks like a spinning top, but the top of it just looks like a big top because they're clowns, haha. And the clowns go throughout the town and begin just killing and abducting everyone to take back onto their ship, wrapped up in cotton candy that dissolves them so they can drink them like a milkshake. And that's their whole purpose. And they start within that whole night, they just start killing the entire town. The main sheriff is a fucking asshole who just thinks that everyone's playing a practical joke on him. But I have all the kills that I was able to find for that movie, hearing the phone calls that get called in and the things they actually do. There's some crazy shit. Also, the inside of their ship is just a giant fucking clown fun house from hell. That's the entire inside of that ship. Like, good fucking luck finding your way in and out of that goddamn thing. So one of the kills that he does, there's a biker who destroys his little riding bike. So the clown puts on boxing gloves, and at which point the guy says, "What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?" Oh yeah, and he does. He knocks his head clear off into a trash can nearby. There's also a scene where there's a dude driving over 60 miles an hour, and the clown comes up on an invisible car and rams him off the road in it and kills him. There's another one where they do a puppet show, and the guy's like, "Oh, puppets, ha ha ha," and then he like vaporizes the other puppet, and he's like, "Oh, that's neat," and then he cotton candy cocoons him with the gun when he points it on him. It's like, "Oh, ha ha ha, gotcha." Acid flowers, because of course they fucking do. They also have acid pies that melt people as well. There's a giant clown that like is the end boss of that entire movie. He's just a giant fucking clown that I guess is like their leader. I think from how they make it look. They're easy to kill, which is a downer. You just have to pop their nose and they explode into glitter. But again, it's like we keep saying with zombies and whatnot, the massive amounts of fucking numbers they have are ridiculous.
Is there like 20 of them or something?
There's so many. When they go on the ship, there's a fuck ton of them that just come out of the woodwork trying to kill them. There's a shadow puppet scene where one of them does shadow puppets and does like elephant and whatnot. And then he turns it into a T-Rex and eats like a group of 5 people. That was real fun. They can turn animalistic balloon animals. So like they keep making dogs to like chase people down. They shoot popcorn kernels that turn into clown-headed monster things that eat people. There's a phone call at one point in the movie where they talk about that they were abducted by a balloon. They just gave a person a balloon and the balloon took them off into the sky. Thought that was fucking hilarious. So,
that was a good one.
They can also mimic voices. There's a scene where the one mimics the kid's voice so that the girl will open the door and then they take her.
We just want to kill y'all.
I'm trying to see if I missed anything out of there.
Guys, it's on Netflix.
It is. It is on Netflix and HBO. Or no, sorry, YouTube. It's on Netflix and YouTube. So yeah, essentially like anything you think of as a clown trick, they can use that to just murder you. That's like the whole gimmick.
Did you talk about the guy who turned it into a puppet?
Oh yeah, that's right. He kills the sheriff and then he shoves his hand into his back and turns him into a puppet. Yeah.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
By the way, apparently on the Sci-Fi Channel announced on October 22nd, 2018, that it was in talks to purchase the rights of the film in order to produce a sequel.
I'd totally be on board for that. I'm gonna be totally honest. I'm on board for that idea. But that's my reasoning why I ranked them the way I did. Fear factor. I mean, yes, they're fucking clowns. On top of that, they have like the fucking crocodile mouth, like they're all sharp teeth and shit. So like that's terrifying to look at. And plus the whole like gimmick of like they're like supernaturally like they can jump however high they want. They can like they're impervious to bullet wounds other than if you shoot them in the nose. But like they're impervious to any other fucking damage, and anything that's like a simple like shadow puppets, like something as innocent as a shadow puppet they can use to fucking eat you alive. Like that's nothing is safe. They can use anything to their advantage to kill you.
Yeah, that's definitely that. Clowns. Chlorophobia.
Killer clowns. Sorry, I was listening to it last night.
No, you're fine. Jeremy, I was listening to it a little bit when you were talking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I realized I can listen to that. Because these are my Farmers Insurance headphones, as brought to you by my company, because my real headphones broke, and these really block out the sound from the internal.
The sponsor of Oddcast Network, because they pay your bills.
Literally. Jeremy, killer clowns, how iconic are they?
I'd say about a 10.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no,
they're a cult hit, but they're not like a mainstream hit.
Oh yeah. Kill skill, Jeremy. What do you think?
They're very creative in their kills, according from what Jared has told us, and from the snippets that I've seen of my older brother watching it before. So definitely a 25.
25, yeah.
And the only reason I'm giving them the 25 and I didn't give Xenomorphs or the Predator 25 is because the clowns are a little bit more unique in their kill, and we're going off of the kill skill. With the Xenomorphs and the Predators, it's you can kind of predict how they're going to kill their prey. But with the killer clowns, you really don't know how they're going to kill their prey because it's different each time. It's not the same. It's not the same kill every single time. But with the Predator and the Xenomorph, you already know. The alien's going to be bursting out of their stomach, or they're going to get ripped in half and have their brains splattered everywhere, or their spinal cord ripped out from under, like out of their body from their neck, or blown apart by a goddamn plasma weapon, or cut in half.
Just want to say, Anthony, are you trying to practice your deep throating ability? That doesn't answer anything. There we go.
He just wants to feel something bigger than a Tic Tac in his mouth. You don't please him anymore.
None of you do. Fear factor, Jeremy. How do you feel about clowns? Alien clowns, specifically.
I'd say I'd give them a 20. I mean, there's a way to kill them. They die pretty easily. You pop their nose, they turn into glitter. I mean, they're not as robust compared to their competitors.
It's really the only thing I had against them is like that's like the stupidest weakness that they could have with how fucking ridiculously powerful they are.
And not to mention it, that's the most obvious place of where to shoot them.
And
exactly.
The only reason I'm giving them a 20 is just for the simple fact of you have to get past all of their bullshit games in order to be able to get a chance to pop their nose.
That's true.
If you can dodge all that and pop their nose, you're pretty elite. Okay, but still, it's still a weak point. It's
If you
like
can
that
dodge
guy that
bullets.
designed a giant hole in the fucking Death Star that literally could kill
Oh
the
yeah,
entire
that's
Death Star with just a grenade dropped into it. Like
that's another thing. The entire set of that movie, not only does it follow like the plot line of the Blob, but the entire set of that movie, it's just a Star Wars set, but throw color clowns onto it. It's hilarious.
So impact of film, Jeremy. What are you thinking?
13.
13.
Yeah, it's fair.
And that's all for that bracket.
Yep, that's it for the Killer Clowns. Yes.
Pennywise and It.
Sexy clown. Yes. Pennywise the Desert Clown, as in Stephen King's novel, the TV movie series, and the two-part actual movie. The Thing from Another World. We'll just go off the movies as opposed to the book because there's a lot of crazy shit in the book that would make no sense.
Yeah, there is. I always point this out to everyone when they say that they think it is the best story ever. There's a child gangbang in that book.
There's
Just wanna
an
keep everyone
orgy.
reminded. Yep.
You didn't have to do it, Stephen King, but the cocaine told you to do it.
Didn't have to, but you did.
It
We don't appreciate it, but you did.
It could have been other ways to show that they lost their innocence. An orgy was not one of them.
No, it's definitely not. They could have
But
all been
luckily-
sodomized like your other books, but
I think that would actually be worse. That's non-consensual.
that would be worse.
Sodomizing children is worse than children having a consensual orgy. Call me controversial. But why did you go straight to sodomizing children, Jared?
Well, I don't really know if we could say consensual. I mean, it's more like they were forced into that one too. So, I mean, I think either way, not a good time.
I just like the idea of the kids like, oh no, we're lost in the sewers. What do we do? Let's have sex.
You guys fuck yet? Let's start fucking.
How
I don't.
how does that
just,
help?
You know,
I don't know, dude. And not to
if I
mention-
remember, it's just.
we're not talking about the book. We're not talking about the book.
We're not talking about the book. We're not talking about the book.
Another day. We're talking about the clown himself or herself.
Even the 2-part miniseries and the 2-part movie like that, like I'm just gonna tell you right now, iconicness and impact of film are both gonna get 25s for It and Pennywise here, because I mean, fuck, man, it's Pennywise. Like every goddamn person knows Pennywise.
Dancing clown.
The dancing clown.
I mean, I remember when the first It movie came out, and I was using Tumblr back then. People were super horny for Pennywise the clown.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of weird shit.
I read the term "clussy."
Oh, pussy?
Yes,
Yeah.
clown pussy, the clussy.
Heather must really hate that one too.
Well, I don't really bring. Normally, Sven and I we talk about the clussy a lot because we were both on Tumblr around the same time. We're both not. I don't know if he's on it as much because I'm not. But it was just like both of us.
Better than sitting around with your gay friend talking about Clussy all day.
Yeah, dude, it got
Time
thorns.
for Bud Light.
It got teeth in that clussy, for grip. A little bit of teeth don't hurt that bad.
I'm just gonna give it a 25
for
iconicness and just shut you up right there.
All right. I also gave Pennywise a 25 for iconicness because yes, both the Tim Curry and the Bill Skarsgård. It was Bill Skarsgård, right?
Yes. There's too many fucking Skarsgård. It's like the fucking Baldwins. There's a fucking million of them that all act.
It was Bill Skarsgård. So that guy's gotten a blowjob before on film. You could watch it.
Hemlock Grove. A lot of fucking.
Lots of fucking.
Kill skill. I'm gonna go 25.
25. I gave it a 20. It's just Yeah,
Or actually, you know what? Let me retract that 25.
26.
No, I'm gonna stick to 25 because he has the same ability with like the killer clowns of like he can kind of manipulate things to what he needs them to be for his own advantage.
I feel the difference is though the killer clowns do the haha clown thing, but Pennywise uses the fear of yourself.
That's true. It's two sides of the same coin, just manipulate reality for two different reasons.
Yeah. Jeremy, how skillful is the kill?
Give it a 23.
23.
You give it 23. It's not my trick. And fear,
I gave it a 23. I might even drop it depending on how I feel because if you're a kid, it's a lot more fearful because the idea of Pennywise is that it affects you. If you're scared of bees, it'll have bees. If you're scared of mummies, it'll bring mummies. But as you grow up and your fears become more metaphorical, being left alone and all that, it's harder and harder for Pennywise to scare you. I'm still gave it a 23 because holy fucking shit, if a clown spider came out of anywhere, I would shit myself. But yeah.
but this is what you're forgetting. You just have to remind him that he's just a clown.
You're a clown.
That he's just a clown. So for that reason, 18. Because he is scary as a child, but then as you get older, it's harder for him to scare you. And apparently, all you have to do is just call him a clown a lot, and he dies. So,
Well, you also got to do the ritual of chewed.
oh yeah, you got to kill your best friend while fucking your best friend's wife. Not anything I'm gonna do anytime soon. So, and plus, I'm kind of with Anthony here when it comes to a clown spider. I wouldn't be able to complete the ritual because I would die of a heart attack because fuck spiders.
I don't have a
fine with
problem.
clowns, but fuck spiders.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with clowns and spiders either. Like as a whole, like if something jump scares me, I'm gonna jump because that's how humans are. But I'm not like, oh, it's a clown, I'm gonna go across the street. Oh, look, a spider, I'm gonna run away. I mean, wasps, I'm terrified of. So yeah, wasp horses and yeah. But Jeremy, how
Native American legend tells that Jeremy could save us from Pennywise if he could stop jerking off. Oh, there we go. We're doomed. It's already over.
So how scary is Pennywise the dancing clown?
Depends on your age. I'll agree. So I'm just gonna give it a 20.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be a pain in the ass to kill, but I mean, if I gotta fuck my buddy's wife while I'm shooting him, killing him, why not?
No one's fucking my wife. We'll just get that out there now. Jared, you gave it a 20.
Turn the tables. I'm no longer the go-to joke. Somebody got married.
Don't make me turn this around on you. It'll take me fucking 2 words. Anyway, so Jared, you gave it a 25.
Don't you mean a first name and a last name?
Bitch, please. Anyway, moving on.
You gave it 25 for Impact of Film. I gave it 15 because
Really?
I feel like I like Pennywise and I feel like the movies did really well, but it didn't do really good. Like they're not very. I know it's really hard to say. I don't know why I said 15. Actually, I'm giving it a 20.
No, you can give it whatever you want.
No, the more I talk about it out loud, the more I'm like, no, it's better than a 15.
I'm not saying I'm fine even if it was like 17. I'd be like, oh no, that's still a reasonable range of like it's popular but not like top of the line. Like yeah.
Jeremy,
I'm gonna give it a 25. I mean, compared to most of the villains that we've talked about on this bracket or the aliens that we've talked about, Pennywise is the only one that I've seen so far has cupcakes and cakes shaped like him. I can find a mask of Pennywise in a store. I mean, and he's pretty much a year-round kind of fella. Like, I mean, I've seen action figures and toys and posters and all of that year-round in stores of Pennywise.
That is fair. That is fair. And I mean, I have to say it. because it's one of my favorite jokes of all time in the movie, just for the delivery. Hey, Jared.
What?
Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
Yes.
Then you better let him out. Uh-huh. 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 I fucking love when Tim Curry laughs like that. It's so fucking... He's having a blast in that movie. You can tell.
Tim Curry laughing is a cure-all.
Yeah. All right. So
for
with
my
that...
pain and anxieties.
With a 216 to a 274, Pennywise moves on.
What? Pennywise moves on? I don't think you counted that right.
Well, Jared, you gave the Killer
I'm
Clowns...
filing a petition now. Recount the vote.
Okay. It's 216 to 274.
I'm changing some of my answers.
All right, Jared, tell me what your answer is, and I will change it, but only if you get it correct.
I'm gonna change Pennywise's kill skill to a 18.
Jared, I'm going to let you know, even if you gave him a 0, it would still be winning. But I will accept your changing of the vote to an 18. So now it's a 216 to 267 with Pennywise moving on. And Jared, I still want to say, you still rated Pennywise higher than the Killer Clown. Even with that change. As a matter of fact, let's do the math. You rated them 15 better. You rated Pennywise 15 better. That's after the score change as well.
Damn it. Damn it. What was I thinking?
See, and this is why we do the point value for the first round. So we can, not think I'm the only one who can compare my score because I literally have my spreadsheet right here.
I don't know. There's a part of me that feels like Killer Clown. I think I'll always be a bit more that they're scarier than Pennywise. But, I mean, Pennywise is the more iconic one. So, I mean, I think it's kind of course he was going to go forward. But
all right. Next, we have The Blob.
This was pretty straightforward, man. Like, watching that, I watched the original movie just because it was the one that did it.
I really like the 80s remake better, I'll be honest.
See, I didn't watch the 80s remake just because that one, I don't know. I just watched the original one. It was readily available, and I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. Or maybe I did. No, it wasn't the 80s one. I had to think about it for a second.
Was it in color or black and white?
It was in color, but it didn't look like an 80s movie.
Well, they planned the one in the 88 is in the 50s.
Okay, maybe that's what. Anyway, either way,
The Blob?
I watched it. It's really straightforward, man. Like a meteor lands and a guy goes to check it out because he thinks he's gonna be rich, and then it attaches to his hand, and then it eats his body, and then he runs into our main characters. They take him to town, and then the doctor is like, oh, he's got some kind of fungus. We might have to amputate his arm. But then when the nurse gets there, it's eating his entire body, and then it eats the nurse, and then it eats him, and then they can't find anybody, so they try blaming our main characters for the disappearance, and then, oh no, there's a giant fucking blob thing running around just swallowing people alive. And that's the Blob. Oh, and then it doesn't like cold, so they just like freeze him.
Yep.
End of movie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but that's like both the original and the remake. It's got the iconic loop scene where it comes out of the movie theater, everyone's running away. I forget who worked on
run away, Bobby.
The effects.
Oh, I forgot my Letterman jacket, babe. He's got a slime on it.
Yeah. So for the iconicness, I gave it a 15. I mean, the Blob is kind of iconic, but at the same time,
I'm gonna agree with a 15.
It's a Blob.
It's iconic for being the monster movie that it is, but I mean, outside of that, it's literally just a pink goo. It's not like it has any other feature other than pink goo.
Yeah. By the way, in the remake, the person who did the special effects was Tony Gardner. who also did like Zombieland.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Yeah, like so you can. So he's got really good thing. Jeremy, how iconic is the Blob?
I'd say about a 15.
15. Fair. Kill
Yes,
skill.
we're all in agreement. Kill skill.
I gave it a 10.
I mean, for the fact that it gets everybody no matter where they go, because it can anything that air can get through, it can essentially squeeze itself through, which is kind of.
I forgot about the sink scene. I apologize, everyone who's listening. I forgot about the Blob pulling someone through the sink. I have now given it a 20.
It does that. You also have the phone booth kill when she's trying to call the police, and it just wraps her on the phone booth and slowly leaks its way inside, and then you think, oh, it's gonna leak in there, and then it just crushes the fucking phone booth with her inside.
Yeah, but I forgot about how good the 80s kills are.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go with the 17 because like it's not smart or intelligent. It just has the benefit of it just keeps growing with every little bit that it eats. So eventually, it just gets to the point like it's just swallowing fucking cars and keeps going. Like,
yeah, it's just Jeremy. What's the kill skill for the Blob?
I'll give it a 20.
20. All right. Fear factor. I'm giving it a 10 because it is a slow blob.
Yeah, that's the thing of like everybody dying from it. It's like y'all are fucking stupid as shit. Like it moves slower than a snail. Like
yeah, and nowadays it would be taken care of immediately.
we would just we have a wart remover. We just throw a couple of those on it and kill
Don't
it.
even need that. You take one of those fucking can dusters. If you flip it upside down.
I was gonna clean out my laptop and take this, you fucker.
Like it would be like an inconvenience, like a mosquito. Like, oh, there's a fucking blob in my ceiling.
Could you imagine that's the world we live in, where we don't have mosquitoes, we just have blobs that just appear crawling underneath our windows, and we just have to freeze them all the time?
To be honest, I honestly think that'd be worse.
Yeah, that would be worse.
Oh, hang on, guys. I got a burning sensation on my kneecap. Oh, it's another fucking blob. Give me the air can.
Yeah, I think, not to mention, because the more they eat, the more the blob eats, the bigger it gets. Not every animal is smart. So fucking squirrels and shit like that. It'd be every year they'd be like, all right, we got to go kill the giant blob in the forest.
Australia would be done for, because the koalas would all just be jumping into it.
Koalas, pandas, they're all fucking useless.
Yeah, but doesn't it get its intelligence from what it eats? So wouldn't it be derpy as shit?
Yeah, I was gonna say, that might make it worse. So, yeah, fear factor.
It doesn't gain any intelligence from anything. I'm just saying because koalas would die.
It's just instinctive.
Yeah, they just would instinctively know that that'll kill it, so they just jump into it.
Wait, the koalas might kill it though because of all the chlamydia.
It's true. They might find a better way to kill it.
That would be the world's biggest roaming STD.
Oh, that would, now that I think about it, yeah, it would probably end the world, because then it would go in the ocean to go to other land masses, and it would.
Nobody could go to the beach without getting chlamydia.
Yeah, man, what a horrible hellscape we've got.
We would be just like fucking. We would be just like koalas, because everyone will have chlamydia. You're born with chlamydia, like koalas are.
Dawn of the koalas.
No,
so where are we at with this fucking
fear factor? How scary is it? The koala blob.
Like a 5. Like, I don't find the blob scary at all. Like, the only reason it did anything is because the farmer who first got it was a fucking moron touching it with his hand. And then the nurse, he pokes it with a stick, and then it slimed down onto his hand. So, like, that's his own fault. And then the nurse dies because she's just a fucking idiot and can't run. Like there's plenty of room at the door. You could have like hopped over it and gotten out, but she instead like backed further into the room and then tripped and died like a fucking idiot.
Or the person who put themselves in a glass box.
Yeah, the phone booth lady. Like, they're kind of fucking moron.
Anyway.
So yeah, no, it's not scary. People are just fucking stupid.
Well, I mean, if you look at the world now today, I mean, you can see that the stupidity actually lives up to its name in the movies.
That is
Ah,
true.
yeah.
It's
It's my
sad.
right to be eaten by the blob. Anyway,
Yeah, you
John,
have
Oh
fun with
god,
it.
we would have those people. Like I guarantee you, if we had to deal with blobs instead of mosquitoes, we would have those people. Blobs have a
Be like
right
a-
to live.
Be a bunch of fucking millennials just jumping into it.
God.
Mhm.
So Jeremy, how terrifying is the blob to you?
20.
20. All right.
No, it's fair.
No, it's completely fair and understandable. We have different. All the
It's
three of us
not,
have
but
way
go fuck
different
yourself.
perspectives.
I only give it a 20 for the simple fact it's gonna grow huge if it was actually in our world due to the sheer stupidity in our world.
I mean, y'all remember Guardians of the Galaxy 2, spoiler alert, for this movie, when Ego's a blob is like taking over Earth, and it pauses for a moment. What do all the people do? You remember this, Jared?
They stop and start staring and get closer.
And start taking pictures really close to it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
That's a really good point. Like, people are dumb. It's gonna get really big, and a lot of
We're
people are
going to
gonna die.
examine it. We're gonna get close, then get swallowed by it. It grows bigger and bigger and bigger.
Okay,
It's gonna be annoying to kill.
Yeah, no, it doesn't change my score at all, but yeah. It's still slow as fuck.
Yeah. All right. Impact of the film. I gave it a 19. You know, the Blob is iconic. You know, the running out of the theater scene from the 50s one.
25.
Oh, 25.
Solely because of how early it came out, it's seen as one of those big, iconic, starting classic monster kind of movies. Because, like, they had done things, you know, with, like, the giant spiders and whatnot. But, like, the Blob was something of, instead of trying to force perspective the entire movie, why don't we have something that we start off small and then we do a perspective thing as it grows. But starting, we have just this little slime ball that we can play around with. So on, like, a practical effect end of things, I'd say it kind of fits in that spectrum of, like, one of the first movies to kind of try something a little bit different instead of just having an animal that they just put a camera far away from.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Jeremy, how impactful is the Blob to you?
I'd give it about a 20.
About a 20? All right. All right. So that gives it a score of 201. Now, on the other side of assimilation, we have assimilation and replication. We have The Thing, as seen in John Carpenter's The Thing, and The Thing from Another World, and also the book Who Goes There. I'm gonna just fucking say mine because.
Well, no, I think we do need to clarify. John Carpenter's The Thing would be the one more prevalent for it, because the movie that it's based on, the alien doesn't actually transform into anything. It's just like an alien. It's in John Carpenter's Thing that it becomes a transformer.
Yeah, which. Damn it! All my Transformers are put away, like a good boy I am.
Good boy.
So yeah, the Thing. I'm just gonna fucking go down my list because you'll see the pattern. Iconicness 25 because kill skill 25 because smart assimilation, replication, and given about 270,000 hours, I think is the number, if I'm remembering that correctly, it would take over the entirety of the world. I think that's the number they give it. Fear factor 25. You saw how I felt about fucking the pod people. Now imagine pod people that attack you instantly or don't. And then
this is true.
Impact 25 because it's one of the greatest horror movies of all time.
All right, so iconicness, I'm gonna go 25. Especially with John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah, the practical effects.
Because I mean, everybody fucking knows that movie. Like, I didn't even have to watch that movie to be able to know exactly how that movie goes. It's considered one of the greatest monster movies of all time. So iconicness, I think it's that 25. Kill skill, I'm gonna go 25. Fear factor, I'm going 25. Because it is very much the same thing with the body snatchers of like it purposely blends in to look like whoever it is that it's impersonating, and only becomes a monster when either A, it's alone with somebody, or B, it's threatened. But until that point, it just acts normal. It has all the memories and whatnot.
Yeah.
Impact of the film, I'd have to go 25 again, because again, it's considered one of the greatest it's considered the greatest monster movie of all time. So it's definitely impactful.
Yep. I just also want to say, fuck, I forgot where I was going.
Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing.
Yep. That's all four.
Okay.
Fuck, I don't remember what I was going to say. I was listening to you too well instead of thinking of my own thoughts.
You were going to say that my ass is bootylicious.
I remember now. For those keeping counts, this is the very first perfect score I've given anything this whole bracket.
That's true.
Even over Jason, my boy.
I'm more giving than everybody else here.
Yeah. Well, actually, Jeremy has the most perfect scores.
Well, Jeremy's also retarded, so we just don't talk about it.
No, he's redacted.
Oh, I'm sorry, redacted. That's right. We're not supposed to say the other R word. We're supposed to say that redacted.
Yeah. So Jeremy, let's hear your numbers. How iconic is The Thing?
Just give me what you put down, because I feel strongly that you're right in the ballpark. I don't. My opinion doesn't sway too much from yours, so just put down what you put down.
Now, I just want to say, people, this is a first.
All of us gave this a perfect score.
Yes, this is a perfect score.
God damn.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the very first item that ever got a perfect score in this whole bracket, which is appropriate, I would say. But then I did something on purpose, so we'll get to that when we get to that.
Also, we talk about how like with this thing, it doesn't say if it's somebody who's been taken over been replaced by the creature until it's in a position that it has to. And like a great example of that is in the iconic scene in the John Carpenter Thing where he's gonna test the blood and the blood comes to life. That's like the pivotal moment there that should tell you everything you need to with that, because like it knows that once he does that test, it's going to get figured out, but it sits in the chair with everybody and doesn't say a fucking word and doesn't let anyone know that one of them is the thing that they're looking for.
Yep, and I believe that's the Palmer thing, if I'm remembering correctly.
I believe so. It doesn't say a fucking word until the test proves that it is, and then it freaks out to kill everybody. Like,
because it knew if it could get away with it, it would just remain silent.
Yeah.
But so now we are going on to the semifinals. We'll do semifinals number 2 and then semifinals number 1 first. Body Snatchers versus Pennywise.
And this is the
I'm
part
going
where
Body
we get
Snatchers personally.
biased, right?
Yeah,
I'm
just
personally
whoever you
going
think
to go
is better.
Body Snatcher. Hear me out. I'm going Body Snatcher because
No, you're right.
It's the same thing as the John Carpenter Thing, where they purposely just blend in and take over everyone one by one without everyone being none the wiser that they're being abducted and replaced. It's the same concept as John Carpenter's Thing. It's like you don't know until it's too late.
No, that's
whereas with Pennywise, he's really only targeting kids. Like, I mean, yeah, he makes everyone kind of apparently turning a blind eye while he does it, but like, he's not going after everybody.
That is true. That is true. All right, my vote is actually for Pennywise.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
So I think this is the most peaceful we've ever had in our semifinal.
Fuck yourself, Anthony.
I think we're all just like, oh yeah, no, that's understandable. So Jeremy, that leaves you as the tiebreaker.
Well, if we pit them against each other, who would win? I'm gonna have to go Body Snatchers.
Oh,
wow.
So that's a really weird fight I've never thought about in my life, because
Pennywise goes after children. Body snatchers are snatching up people's bodies and then replacing them. I mean, at some point in time, they're going to notice that he's there, and if they all think alike, then they're all going to go after Pennywise at some point.
Yeah,
Pennywise isn't going to stand a chance, especially if he feeds off of kids and their emotions, and these creatures have none, and they fake their emotions to blend in more. Yeah.
That's fair.
That is a really good point with the body snatchers. Is they're all like they're very intertwined of like what's going on around them.
Yeah, that's a pretty good thing. So I guess between the scrawny clown and the snatch moves on.
The snatch moves on.
The scrawny clown. So now we have the difficult one, which I purposely put this against each other.
Difficult
one. Xenomorph versus the Thing.
You fucking bitch.
I know, I did this on purpose.
You bitch.
It was going to have to
How
happen.
can I choose between these two? This is the greatest monster movie of all time versus another contender of greatest monster film made of all time. Like this is a heavy hitter of like both of them are on an equal caliber of being a fucking just excellent alien-based monster movie.
Oh no.
Jeremy is gone. Jeremy's gone.
Which is
he's a bitch.
I'm just gonna put on my vote because I've already showed my bias. My vote is for The Thing because again, it's my favorite horror movie of all time. The idea of the Thing is scary. Refer to my previous points. But now comes the hard part.
Jeremy, what do you think?
The Thing versus who?
The Xenomorph. The alien.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fucking hard.
How did you kill the Thing again?
Fire.
Yeah. Same thing as the Xenomorph, technically. They
because the cold only makes it go into stasis, so you have to burn it so a single cell can assimilate. But the Xenomorph at the same time is very hard to kill because they're highly, I would say probably more intelligent than humans, so they can avoid traps like that.
Xenomorphs.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Jeremy. I'm voting the Thing.
I just like this idea of the Thing versus the Xenomorph where they keep fucking like impregnating and fucking stimulating each other. Like, pops out of the chest and then it takes over.
I mean, it would be a constant battle, but I mean, can the Thing really envelop acid?
I don't know. It is only
it hasn't tried to copy any living thing with acid blood. I have no clue.
I don't know how that goes. But no, that's
I have to go the Thing because I had to think about it as if I was given the choice at a movie theater, like which one would you rather watch? And it was like it was a throwback thing. Like you could watch Alien on the theater, or you could watch John Carpenter's The Thing. I'm gonna pick The Thing. Like that's the one I'm gonna go for. Sorry to everyone, but that is the one I would pick.
No, that's all right. So now we have The Thing versus the Body Snatchers.
I'm so glad that this is what it came to because I had a thing that I thought about. They both have great fucking endings.
They do. One's they're both kind of downer.
We did, and we talked with the Body Snatcher one where it's the guy that they don't show you what happened, but he had been switched, and then the two, last surviving person meets up with him. Oh no, he's been switched. Whereas with John Carpenter's The Thing, they don't explicitly tell you anything. They just leave it as like, it's very possible that his friend here is not who he says he is, and he knows he's fucked. And that's just what they leave you on. They just leave you on that note. Just like
that maybe it is, but maybe
his friend disappeared because he is one of the creatures. And if he is, there's nothing he can do about it because everything just went up in the explosion to kill what he thought was the last of it. So he's just gonna freeze to death and pray to fucking God that he got it all. Like, they both just end on that shitty note of like, yeah, no, you're just fucked in that situation.
Yes.
But I'll have to vote for one or the other.
Well, guess my vote.
Oh, let me guess. You're on the thing.
Yes. Pretty hard to see why. I think it comes down to, and I'm not just saying my bias. I do have another reason, is that the thing appears to be more violent. Like the body snatchers are trying to be very stealthy, but they're still they have human-esque biology at the end of the day. They can't do anything. While as a thing, if cornered, can change its size, become more toothy, become like, okay, I'm cornered, these guys are dangerous, I'm going to become more dangerous. So as the idea of fearfully, that thing is more terrifying because if backed into a corner, it won't try to summon allies, it will become more intimidating and try to kill you.
For me, when it comes down to these two, I can't do the same thing as like if I was given which movie I would watch, because I would watch either one. Either one of these would be fucking fantastic. I'm gonna have to vote for The Thing, because Anthony, you make a very good point. The body snatchers don't have like a countermeasure to defend themselves. It's just pure numbers how they do it. But The Thing does have that ability to mutate itself to kill, so that does give them the advantage. So I will go for The Thing.
All right, Jeremy, I still would like to hear your votes and your logic for your vote.
No, I'd go with The Thing too. Against the body snatchers, yeah.
All right. Well, I think in our quickest bracket yet, we have someone that I think we all three voted for. Except for the Fireflies, and apparently the Cenobites. Actually, the Fireflies, it was a split victory. It was split because we had 4 people.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah, I think Cenobites and The Thing are the only ones that get all 3 votes. But The Thing, with the perfect 300, personally, I think The Thing is in bracket of winning this whole thing. Dare I say?
It's quite possible. I don't look forward to the finals because there's way too much good shit that we put. This is a terrible idea. I don't know how we decided to
with
do
the
this.
finals, are we going to be using our own biased opinion, or are we actually going to be going off of a new score chart?
I think we should. I will, and Jared, you could probably assist with this as well. I think we need to create a new score chart.
A new score chart,
because these things, like we can do the same like labels, but I think we can either have more or less have the numbers bigger, like do maybe 100 each category or something like that. Because
I do have some idea. I have some ideas. The finals will change it up
because I feel like the competitors are going to be in such different categories that we're going to have to do something. Because someone who's not as scary might lose, or someone who's killed more might win just because they have the higher kill count.
Fair enough.
But we will have to figure that out. We have
so that does it for episode 85. With this Oddtober bracket, John Carpenter's The Thing has won the Alien bracket. I really thought it would have been more like a Xenomorph, just because I knew we'd all know that. But John Carpenter's the Thing creature like that there's no comparison for it. Like there's been things that have copied it. There's been things that it took inspiration from. I think it's fucking hilarious that it had to battle its the thing that gave it inspiration. That's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But no, really, really fucking tough. So now it'll be Cenobites, Michael Myers, the Firefly family, The Thing,
Zombies.
Thank you. I knew I was trying to blank in the last one. Zombies. Those are all the finalists that'll be in the end of this fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
We still have one more, right?
Yep, we have one more because these were the last things. And if one more.
And who is next Mondays.
Well, next Monday we have our natural monsters. We had the supernatural monsters, which were monsters that were made by things that you couldn't find in nature, versus these ones, which technically in the lore of the films, they are all natural.
Yes.
We have the gremlins from Gremlins. They are natural creatures. They are of Earth.
Oh, that's right, because the Mogwai and then the Mogwai.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they are of Earth.
Yep. Graboids.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We have we have Bruce the Shark from Jaws. We have giant ants from Them, one of the earliest horror movies of all time.
Yep.
We have the T-Rex, who's going to be repping dinosaurs, basically, from the Jurassic Park series.
Okay.
We have the Gill Man from the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Okay.
We have spiders, mainly from Arachnophobia.
Which I am totally on board for those being the spiders. Because those things are...
This aggressive fuck spider. And then we have the birds from The Birds.
The Burbs? Oh, with Tom Hanks. Yeah.
No, like it's a remake of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, but instead of like crows and shit, it's like fat little sparrows, like fat little pudgy birds. They actually end up winning because they find they have tennis rackets.
Netflix, call us. We got movie ideas.
Starring Adam Sandler.
And Kevin Spacey. Next Monday, you can catch the final Oddtober animal bracket. That'll take us then we'll be going into the finals after that. You can catch it on your favorite podcast platforms. Normally we don't do them on YouTube like this. The Monday episodes normally just podcast, but I changed it up today because go fuck yourself. Why not? Yeah. Gentlemen, for everyone at home, thank you for listening to this episode and taking the time to kill yourself.
Well, you're welcome.
Hashtag stay odd and nerds unite, because God only knows that we all need to get along and be happy. Hopefully we didn't piss you off too bad. I mean, it's John Carpenter's The Thing. I can't imagine anyone's going to be that fucking mad that it won.
I can even see your dad being like, yeah, that's fine.
I mean, you have to. It's The Thing. Yeah, catch us on your favorite podcast platforms. Go check out CLT Sandwich and Worst Nostalgia Trip Ever Taken, Oddquest, and FWNR. You're on YouTube, over on Wilmy Hood's channel. We do that every weekend.
Yeah. Hit me up, Wilmy.
Just sadly trying to get a shout right in the end.
Wilmy, hear me out. I only have one grandpa. I got room for another one.
So I'm going to end the show on that sad as fuck note. So everyone, we'll see you Thursday here for another live show, Monday for another bracket. I need to go make myself feel better because I was just sad.
Hey, I used to have 3. It's fine.
Yeah, it's funny how as we get older, we lose grandparents. They just start.
I don't think it's that funny.
I thought it was pretty funny. I was telling that joke with the nursing home as I was murdering the old people.
I tried to convince one of my nursing home friends. I tried to convince her to dress up as a Grim Reaper for Halloween, and she told me that would be a very bad idea for her.
Fuck old people.